After the last 2 years of backlash, we finally have limitations and bans on forward-facing sonar units, how many graphs you can have, and much more. And guys, I think the professional league circuits made a mistake by not doing this soon enough. Guys, I have a unique viewpoint since I started off fishing in junior bass circuits, and now there's high school fishing, but way before high school, there's a junior bass circuit. And guys, I'm going to share my viewpoints on it as a guy that grew up with not having much, and now I know I have what I have, but it's all through work. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into this on my YouTube channel, the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys coming along. My name is Coach E, Jimmy Easterling. But guys, I normally don't do these videos. I did some of these rare before where I talked about some of the drama or topics of professional bass fishing. I haven't done them in a while, but I've had a couple people ask my viewpoints, so I'm going to share. And as I said, the league's messed up by not doing this soon enough, and I'm going to share other viewpoints on it where I think they have messed up because fishing has all of a sudden became this game of, as we saw, 3 graphs right here, 3 graphs up front. I think, oh, that's ridiculous, okay? Now, if you have it, that's great. Hey, cool, I'm not against you. I'm just saying, I think it's wild how it became to where all of a sudden these pros said, oh, I gotta have it. No, you don't have to have it, okay? Drew Gill, guys, one of the best with forward-facing sonar, had 1 transducer last year, okay? He didn't have all this crazy stuff on the side, all these things, and fishing, there's always this edge. And where I come from, coaching football, baseball, and all that track, like there's like a line, like, hey, you can't go over this line. Like, we have athletes, and some athletes, yeah, are better than others. But there's, like, you know, there's the steroid thing that became a big problem back in the day, which kind of was that edge. But now with all the, this how athletes are, there's not much. It's kind of an equal playing field, where fishing, sometimes it's not an equal playing field. That's what I'm about to get into. First of all, guys, I think it's great that we have one league that does not have forward-facing sonar. I think it's good. Guys, if you know me, I love it. I love forward-facing sonar, okay? It kind of brought a new life in me in fishing because I got to learn new things. I got to learn so much about fish behavior. I got to see how they react to baits. I'm all about it, okay? Now, I'm not about having 3 on the boat because that's just ridiculous. But I think having it is wonderful. So we need to have a league without it, need to have a league with it. It just is what it is. All these professional anglers that are voice their opinions again it, voice their opinions this, and this. We're about to see if they're going to jump in that NPFL, okay? Because if they don't, then they are just, you know, doing this. They're just chatting. And I know they have sponsor obligations. There's this, you know, all this stuff that goes into it. But those guys have been so voicing against it. Now it's there. Here it is. There's a piece of cake. The pie is there. You better go do it, okay? I think the MLF made a good call, okay? 1 period with it, 2 without. I think there should be tournaments where it could be 2 with and 1 without. But I think their format is pretty unique. Now, but let's get to the MLF for a minute. I've talked about before. They've messed up by changing from their original format. And this is why I'm going to get into with this stuff should have been done while before. Guys, at first we all had 18-foot boats with 150s. I had one for a long time. I had a 19 boat. Now I'm riding in a 20-foot boat, the 250. It is not mine. It's for sale right now. And I'll put more information down that in the description. But guys, like 10 years ago, it was side imaging, okay? And I was 17 years old fishing against Johnny Schultz when he was 15, and he had side imaging. Now, me and Johnny are friends, guys. We fished together. I got to learn side image with him, okay? Now he got to use it a lot more than me, of course. But guys, I fished junior bass tournaments against him, and he had it, and all I had was a trolling motor, okay? Yeah, he beat me. There are times I beat him. But I'm getting to is, why did they not limit this back then when KVD was kicking everybody's butt with it, when Brian Thrift had 360 dialed, when Brandon Polinick had it dialed? Part of it is there was not much of a backlash because there was not no social media like it is. Now everybody talks on social media. Here I am talking on social media. But that's my problem is, why don't we go back to 18-foot boats at 150s in tournaments? They sold y'all people, us, to go get the 250, to go get the big boat, go get the 3 graphs, all this stuff, and now we're starting to limit it. That's my problem. I wish, and I think this is where the circuit's messed up, 8-10 years ago, they should already had the 48 inches limitation on graphs. Because guys, even before forward-facing sonar, there were anglers that had 3 graphs up front and had 2 right here, way before forward-facing sonar. Then we added the forward-facing sonar unit, which in my opinion is the best technology out of all of this, okay? I've told people before side imaging, before power poles, you get the Garmin Live Scope or Lowrance Active Target before the other ones. And I didn't say Humminbird. I said those two for a reason. So, but with that, now all of a sudden we want to limit stuff. Okay, and part of the reason is how powerful it is. Young anglers are coming in and beating the older professionals. But guess what? Those young anglers have been trained, guys. I've trained them. I've seen them grow up. Okay, I've seen how good they are. And it's not because of LiveScope. It's because of YouTube. And it's because of the information out there. We're better today as anglers than ever. You're better. I'm better. All the information's out there. Where before, 10, 15 years ago, it was not out there. The guys that were on the water more and had their little deal, were of course new. But now with YouTube, with the teaching, with the fish of the moment, tactical bassing, guys, that's why these younger anglers are better. They know all this stuff. And then you give them a forward-facing sonar, it's unreal. Now bass is messing up right now too because they can't figure it out. Bass have all of a sudden become like MLF, and I love bass. Once again, guys, I love watching professional tournament anglers. I want them to succeed. I like watching them. I like learning. That's not easy what they're doing. But BASS all of a sudden now came out like yesterday with the rules deal. Hey, you can't, or the info, you can't get any more info from here on. Originally, about a week ago, they said it was going to start in January. All of a sudden, the pros made a backlash. Here they are, they're mad. And then BASS came back and said, hey, here it is. But BASS from the beginning should have had this nipped in the butt. Because yes, there are people getting information. There are people buying wave points. Guys, I've had people come to me and ask about this stuff, okay? And I'm not like a famous Lake Fort guy, okay? I was actually about to try to get a lot of Ouachita info. The Opens came to Ouachita last year. I was about to try to get a bunch of dudes quietly give me a Ouachita GPS package, and I was going to try to sell it. But now I can't do the bass. And you're like, Jimmy, Ouachita's not on the schedule. That's right. That's the point. I'm trying to get this out there before it gets on the schedule. I said, that's stuff that's happening, guys. You're like, Jimmy, that's a bad idea. No, if I sell it for $10,000, and I split it between my 5 buddies, there it is, okay? This is happening, guys. So BASS has other problems, and MLF and NPFL before forward-facing sonar. And that's just the nature of the beast today. And it just, me, I love doing what I'm doing. I'm here helping you guys. I go out and catch fish. I get to live down the road for my family. I don't get to travel. And I get to have an impact on kids and people. That's one thing that professional tournament anglers are losing, that impact on people, because they're so secretive. They have to win tournaments to make money, right? Unless if you're Jacob Wheeler, Cannell, which they've made money, but they have so much. And there's other guys too, guys. I just use those two. KVD, look, I got a package of flukes in here with KVD's face on it. Those guys are doing it without tournament winnings. But a lot of these anglers have to put food on the table by tournaments. Me, I don't. My way is by helping y'all. Y'all come on my boat, or I go on your boat, teach how to use forward-facing sonar. Me with the FCA Outdoors, I'm about to go in these schools, impact kids, find these kids that fish and hunt. And are they schooling behind me? They are. Look at them guys. They're schooling right there, but we're going to keep going. So I found a way, or I didn't find a way. God led me in this path, okay? I never wanted to be a tournament professional angler. But how it's going, there's so many different ways to make a living in the fishing world nowadays. And for me, I give y'all the juice. I tell y'all everything. Now, I know I tell more people when they get in the boat with me and I show them more stuff than my videos. I can't always put everything out there. But guys, that's just the difference. I can still make an impact, okay? But tournament anglers are not making the impact like they used to, okay? Guys, this last year, I'm gonna go ahead and share it. In May, I had 8 kids on fishing trips. Some of them were forward-facing only trips. Some of them they had no graphs on the boat. We're just doing fishing lessons, okay? Out of them 8 kids, only 3 of them, now this is in Arkansas, only 3 of them knew who Stetson Blaylock was and Spencer Sheffield. The other 5 had no idea. Out of those 5, some of them are fishing against Stetson Blaylock's kids, okay? So that right there tells me how we're not watching tournaments like we used to, because when I grew up, that was the only thing on, the hour TV show, or this or this. Now, there's so much out there. Like I said, Ben Milliken is famous because of YouTube, and he has such a reach and an impact, but he's been doing it for a long time. My channel, guys, has been going for a year, and people in this area want to see how I'm catching fish on Hamilton, Ouachita, or come with me, so I get to have an impact. These anglers do not have the impact like they used to. So it's just, and that's because of YouTube and just all of this. But right now in the tournament scene, I'm glad that we do have some limitations, okay? I think it's too far along, okay? I think they're behind on it. And if they would have done it sooner, I think more people would be watching, okay? I think BASS, MLF, and all of them, when we go to smallmouth events like St. Lawrence or, you know, St. Clair, just go ahead and take it off, because everybody gets mad because they're looking at it, you know, and anyway, I mean, I love watching it, okay? I like watching people catch fish. But even this last year, guys, Jordan Lee said this the other day on a podcast, Smith Lake, when BASS went to Smith Lake, he mentioned if they did not have forward-facing sonar, how many limits would have not happened? And that's a point. So if you don't like watching them catch fish with that, but then all of a sudden they're not catching fish, period, are you still going to watch as a viewer? And that's just part of the deal today. So I think they could have limited this stuff earlier instead of where we're at today. I don't think it's right to take that away, because they've made people go out and spend money on it, and now they want to take it away, unless if we see the data that it's affecting fisheries. But guys, it's not doing that, okay? I got to hang out with a biologist last week, and they had crappie data, and it's not affecting crappie yet in Arkansas. There are some lakes, like, you know, that it might. But anyway, I think it is pretty neat how we're about to have a couple trails without it, a couple trails using it at a time, and then one transducer, okay, guys? Now, I appreciate you. Let me know what you think about this. I kind of went all over the channel, or all over this topic today. And once again, thank y'all for watching. And hey, let's go get to the Faith Juice segment. Okay, guys, thank you for coming to the Faith Juice segment today. I appreciate you guys with all the positive feedback, man. And it was kind of like a challenge to me that, hey, like, you need to, on your channel, why are you not like speaking more on who you kind of are? And guys, this is something for me. I've always had this gift just to share and talk and kind of be a motivating factor. Now, I'm not perfect. Like I said, none of us are, but hopefully this can help you throughout your day or where you're at in the week. So guys, today I've talked about integrity before, and something like, if you watch all of these, you see there might be a repeat on some things, but we're going to kind of go in a different direction. So I'm going to share a couple quotes on integrity real quick that I think somebody might need to hear today. So here's a proverb that I have. The one who lives with integrity lives securely, but whoever perverts his ways will be found out. Okay. And then this is a quote I have written here that I found, but it was Billy Graham, I think, that said this: integrity is the glue that holds our way of life together. Okay, guys, so there's going to be situations in life where your integrity gets tested, and you will find out who you become as a man or woman in that situation, okay? And there's so many different ways to look at this, and it's hard, because there's even been times I've been tested and I failed. You might have been tested and you failed, but you got to learn from that mistake. But I believe when your integrity gets tested and you do the right thing, or you do what you say your gut you know is the right thing, there will be some good that will come out of it. It might come out of it that next day, here or there, and it could be on the decision you're making. It could be on how you handle a situation, but there will be good come out of it, okay? And guys, thank you for watching today's video. Let me know what you think. I might get a lot of comments on this one, because I just, you know, talked about forward-facing sonar, this, that, and everybody just gets mad about it, you know. But anyway, or mad or happy. I'm going to go use it here in a minute and catch some fish, okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you coming to the Fishing Coach YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one.